There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear.
Paris, London, New York, Washington. Just some of the more than 1,000 locations worldwide, including all 50 US
Across
states.
the country and around the world today, tens of thousands of people turned out for what organizers say has been the biggest single day of protest against President Trump and his second-term policies and actions. In this country, more than 1,000 rallies were planned in small towns and major cities from coast to coast.
Protests in the US and around the world.
That resistance echoed around the globe. In Germany, England, and Portugal.
Together across the country today.
Also, protesters at 3 Houston locations.
They joined hundreds of thousands of other people across the nation.
People in Boston and Chicago and more.
Protesters flocked to public squares to show support and solidarity with Americans.
Close to 500,000 people signed up to take part in one somewhere.
Gathered in central London, has gathered in Paris, the streets of Berlin and Frankfurt in Germany.
Happening all over the country. There are protests in all 50 states. Here in Chicago, Daley Plaza is overflowing.
Now, there were more than 50 hands-off protests across Michigan today and over 1,400 throughout the country.
Parts of the hands-off demonstration.
Hands-off protest, as it's called.
Hands-off.
Mass protest, dubbed the Hands Off National Day of Action.
Worldwide call against Mr. Trump and his billionaire ally Elon Musk.
Their message is hands off.
Hands off!
Where hands-off protests are taking place against President Donald Trump, his key advisor Elon Musk, and his policies.
A wide movement of people who want the country to change its direction against the administration's actions to cut government jobs, shutter agencies, deport immigrants, impose tariffs.
Organizers say the demonstrations were planned to push back on policies that they feel took away federal jobs, attempted to shut down government agencies, could reduce their health care benefits, and take away their Social Security.
In Washington, crowds descended on the National Mall, calling for lawmakers to rein in President
Our
Trump.
founders wrote a constitution that does not begin with "we the dictators." The preamble says, "We the people."
Protesters railed against Mr. Trump's recent moves to lay off scores of federal workers, revoke protections for immigrants, and implement sweeping tariffs.
These protests cap a tumultuous week. Overnight, President Trump's 10% global tariffs went into effect, and in anticipation, stocks lost trillions of dollars in market value in just 2 days.
Thousands of protesters who shouted, "Stop the coup," with signs that read, "Hands off our health care and courts," and "Democracy is not for sale."
The movement spread far beyond the nation's capital. From the sidewalks of South Bend to downtown Boston and New York City, demonstrators took to the streets in protests both big and small to oppose President Trump's agenda.
These protests come just days after President Trump announced the U.S. would be applying tariffs on nations that we frequently trade with.
Freedom is at stake in the United States and for the whole world with what Donald Trump is doing. And we need to
voted for him are not getting what they voted for. With the tariffs, everyone has lost money.
He's upending economies of some of the poorest countries in the world.
It's going to cost people their jobs, certainly their 401ks. People have lost tens of thousands of dollars.
It's embarrassing, like genuinely embarrassing to be like an American right now.
And their message is very simple. They're pushing back against what they describe as the most brazen power grab in modern history.
In a statement today, the White House said the president won his second-round matchup at the Senior Club Golf Championship in Florida and will play in the championship round tomorrow.
Donald Trump doesn't appear to be listening. He's still playing golf in Florida.
I just want everyone to come together, and I want all the hate to just go away and everyone to just stop all the chaos.
Everybody look what's going